It's big dog season, and you can't stay still because you want it. Talk that talk, George. You still scraping your plate because you're hungry. Talk that talk.
Fayette County Sheriff's investigators are currently in Louisiana interrogating a man accused of killing his wife at their Fayetteville home.
Investigators say they found his wife's body partially burned and buried in a shallow grave. Fox 5's Eric Mock joins us from the Fayette County Sheriff's Office with details about this gruesome crime.
Fayette County Sheriff Barry Babb says in his almost 40 years of law enforcement experience, this is one of the more grisly crimes he's had to work. But thanks to quick work and coordination with other agencies, they were able to catch this suspect, even though he'd fled all the way to Louisiana.
It's shocking as hell. Definitely seemed like something that would be on on one of those shows. I didn't expect that.
Jabril Muhammad says he would have never expected his neighbor, 39-year-old Kenneth Hardin Jr., to be accused of something like this.
He seemed like a cool dude. Like I said, he had a fireworks show down here for the kids before the 4th of July.
Fayette County Sheriff Barry Babb says Hardin shot and killed his wife, 39-year-old Carrie Hardin, early Tuesday morning while his children slept.
So they went to school on Tuesday, never seeing their mother.
The sheriff's office says it learned of the crime after Hardin flew his father into town and gave him his last will and testament.
He had told his father that he had shot his wife and pretty much that he was now going to be on the run.
Hardin's father called the sheriff's office, who began investigating. Babb says a license plate reader helped them track Hardin's car to a motel in Louisiana. A SWAT team there moved to take him into custody while they searched the large property for his wife's body.
I got almost basically 2 calls at the same time that the cadaver dog located our victim, which was buried in a very shallow grave on the back part of the property, and at the same time that the St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office took him into custody without incident.
Sheriff Babb says the body was partially burned. He says Fayette County investigators got on the first flight to Louisiana Thursday morning, where they've apparently had no trouble interviewing Hardin.
He is completely cooperating to the point that I will tell you that Captain Lee, who has been an investigator at least 3 decades, said I've never had a homicide suspect want to tell us everything.
Sheriff Babb says so far the motive they've gathered from Hardin was a late-night domestic dispute mixed with heavy drinking. Well, Sheriff Babb is also just breathing a huge sigh of relief because investigators have learned that Hardin was, considering committing suicide by cop, and he was heavily armed. And of course, they're concerned after the recent shootings of law enforcement in both Paulding and Carroll County. But thankfully, Hardin chose not to go through with that. Reporting in Fayette County, Eric Mock, Fox 5 News.
Good morning. Today is Saturday, August 24th. The year is 2024. I was going to go outside and deck and do this video because it's kind of nice outside. It's not so bad, but the time kind of got away with me this morning because I got up early. It's already 11 o'clock. And I ran out the house to go do something, and that took a little bit longer than I thought. And I just said, you know what, let me just get this video on over, because I wanted to do this video a few days ago about this guy who, you just saw that news report, what he did to his wife, shot, killed, set her fire at a beautiful home out in upper middle class Fayette County. They living in a nice house, maybe a nice income, living a nice lifestyle. They're not out in the hood. Probably have good jobs or own a business. Looks like they own a fairly large piece of property. They're out there, land, multiple garages, work trucks. What happened that this man decided to kill his wife in the middle of the night? What could be having on? Well, first off, let me help you out with something. I've said this 1,000 times, and people get mad. Listen, these black guys, there's a great deal of mental health issues with mentally ill black men. But a lot of these guys are dealing with a lot of mental illness in the black community. A lot of black men are mentally in serious trouble. The conversations are not being discussed. They're being ignored. Black men, on average, kill a black woman every 5 to 6 hours, either his girlfriend, his wife, fiance, some woman he met. So these black men will kill a black woman over nothing. Clearly, and it's happened so frequently, every 5 hours, that you have to wonder what's wrong with these guys. Why do they lose so much control? Why do they lose their soul and they go on this murderous rampage? Because it's happened here in the past few weeks, y'all. Happened 2 weeks ago. In the past 30 days, it's happened about 5 times. Well, a black man has killed his wife or girlfriend right here in Atlanta about 5 times. Because there was another story out in South Fulton County where this woman was shot by her husband, and I think he committed suicide. It was a murder-suicide. Yeah, it's been that, y'all. It's been happening frequently. But we know, because if you watch the news, those of you who watch the news and pay attention to your surroundings and know what's going on, you see this frequently. And he had planned on committing suicide. I guess he didn't have him. You know, you have to wonder, because what triggers these guys to do this kind of crazy shit? People that you would never think would do something like this. Black women might be careful out there with these men, especially if they have guns and weapons readily available. If you're dating a man or married to a man and he has a lot of guns and weapons, be careful, because he might use that gun against you one day. So be very, 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 very careful. You know, because it happens so frequently. Yeah, but there was another woman who was killed. I'm pretty sure there's, and I'm just talking about in the local, what happens locally. But if you start looking at this shit nationwide, I saw something down in Texas happening, and there was something in Florida. These are all black men killing their own, wives, girlfriends, fiance, all black men. And, you know, we have to just keep in mind that the dangers that are the danger in our community. If we were able to have discussions about mental health openly in our community, we might be able to get a lot of these black men some help for the anger control, the violence. Might be able to. But so many of you all, first off, a lot of y'all don't even agree that this is mental health, that these people are mentally ill. A lot of y'all don't agree with that. I don't even see it. I have learned to keep my distance away from a lot of angry black men. I have a nephew who's constantly yelling and screaming, going off. I don't deal with him on a regular basis. That nigga crazy. I haven't heard from him in the past few days, so he must be in jail. I ain't heard nothing from his ass. So I said, okay, that nigga in jail. He gotta be, because he been awfully quiet like he done won the lottery. Shit. I'm like, I ain't heard nothing from his ass, which is fine. But then you start wondering, like, okay, you ain't heard nothing from him. He dead or he in jail? And he came up with a whole lot of money in someplace hiding. I hope it's the latter. I hope he got some money and went and sit his ass down someplace. And that girl he running around here, but good Lord. So I have I need to call my yard guy. A tree branch, this massive tree branch that fell out here. I heard some loud noise. I'm over there and looking. I said, damn, I need to call him because he needs to swing by and clean this up today. It's huge. You have to cut it up in pieces. It's always something with these houses, ain't it? Yeah, but be careful out there, ladies, when you're dealing with these men, if you're men that you're married to. I have an associate that I've been close to for years, and we had a pretty bad falling out. I wouldn't say bad falling. He hung up the phone. We were on the phone talking. He's one of them. He one of them Negroes that's voting Republican. And when people tell me, when black men tell me they're voting Republican, I'm always just curious as to what is it that makes them want to vote Republican. And then finally, after we started talking, we've had these conversations for months now. Oh, he ran out this list of stuff. He don't like abortion. He think there's an agenda against. He thinks he don't like transgender. He think there's an agenda with that. I mean, he ran all this list of crazy shit in my conversation, and I just kind of laughed a little bit. He got mad because, yo, you laughed at me. I said, I'm not laughing. I mean, I'm just in shock that you just fucking crazy. I mean, I was listening to this conversation. I'm sitting there, yo, I don't have time to sit here and worry about transgender people. They don't bother me at all. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Let them people live their lives. If somebody want to have an abortion, what does that have to do with me? That's the decision they make. And if they don't want to have, if some woman wants to have an abortion, it's not anything to do with me. I can't sit here and worry myself about, oh, they having abortions. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Go do whatever you need to do. That's on you. But he worries about this stuff. Then he's also been in jail a couple of times for domestic violence. 2 divorces. Baby daddy kids. I'm thinking, okay, something not right here. He one of the people that you better watch out for. Well, ladies, be careful out there. These niggas crazy. And if y'all have to make a decision, I don't know what to say, but it happens so frequently within our community now. It's mind-boggling why these men make a decision to go on this murderous rampage. I'm telling you, about at least 4 or 5 times in the Atlanta metropolitan area in the past 30 to 45 days that it's happened. Murder, suicide, or man shooting his wife, or girlfriend or fiance. Fayette County is a nice upper-class neighborhood suburb of Atlanta. You start at home, beautiful gated home. They were living in poverty. Kids in school. Was he an alcoholic who just got too drunk? They think they said liquor was involved. He was drinking. Made the decision, I'm going to kill my wife. Was the liquor? The only thing that concerns me because it happens so frequently in the black community. So many black men make the decision to kill their wives, girlfriends, fiancés. And it happens so much, you just have to sit back and say, okay, it happens so much. Well, it is 11:15. I don't know how the time flies by. I mean, these days be flying by. Today is Saturday, it's 11:15. I'm trying to get to the gym by a certain time, and I got up early, calm myself. I'm going to get up and take care of some stuff and run, do this and do that, and come back. And then I just realized time keeps on ticking, and I'm out of time now. So I was going to do another video about something that happened. These apartments in Atlanta, these high-end apartment complexes where they have having these problems with them. I saw one in Washington, D.C. that got flooded recently. Y'all better stay away from these luxury apartments, high-ass rent shit. If I had to rent an apartment right now, I'd probably go after an older apartment complexes for something new they didn't do up in the past 6 months. I mean, 9 in the past year and a half, they threw that shit up so quick in there. But every time in these high rises, they're having serious problems with these construction issues, with water, just all kinds of issues. Leave that shit alone. Find you something on the ground floor that been built in 1972. Like this house was built in the 70s, 1972, solid as a rock. Find you something old. That'd be another video. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here because I want to get to the gym and get back. It's hot in this damn house, too. I have to turn that air on. And get out of here. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. Be careful out there, ladies. These niggas crazy. And that's all I can say. To shoot, kill, and set your wife on fire, my goodness. I mean, there's just a lot to think about. I mean, y'all better be careful out there. These niggas are insane. Anyway, today is Saturday. It's August 24th. The year is 2000. and 24. I'm out of here. You have a great Saturday. And I'll do the video later on this evening about these high-end apartment complexes, high-ass rent. This shit is raggedy as hell. All right, I'm out of here.